Oh, good morning, good morning. I would like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land because it's been a red hot minute since I've done that. It is blue and grey. I'm not actually quite sure what's going on with the weather today, but I've done some washing. So, so welcome to Wednesday, the 18th of March. All right. Mercury has reached 8 degrees. All right. So it is at its stationary degree up until Tuesday, the 24th. All right, so it is especially tricky right now. All right, no, okay, it is especially tricky right now. So, now there is some interesting connotations with this degree as well, because I know I was like, what is going on? There is this sense that things are not all well in the world. All right, and the reason why, well, what I found this morning was 8 degrees of Pisces is linked to Scorpio and Pluto. All right, I didn't get any more information other than that, and I went, that's whatever that is, that's it. All right, so I know with the decans, each degree has got a different meaning, and I haven't done any research into decans for, oh my God, over 20 years. So I will acknowledge that they are really important, but I just haven't done enough research, or my brain is not remembering what I knew about it before. So if you want to go and have a look at that yourself, please do. I just thought it resonated absolutely perfectly. Poor Bumbles. I'm very sad. All right, I can see Pluto in effect right now. So our rooster is not in a good way, and I'm very sad about that. I'm not sure what to do about it, but yeah, so I'm very sad. So Pluto is definitely hanging around our chicken coop, and we've lost a baby. So now we only have one baby left. And this is the reality of life, not just farm life, but everyday life. So it's very sad, but such is life. All right, so now I have been talking about, actually, let's read the words because I think they really explain it well in this case. All right, so remembering 8 degrees of Pisces, Mercury stationary, exactly conjunct the North Node being that path we are yearning to walk on, where we are stretching ourselves from our comfort zone into the potential that we have. So, emotion is one of the strongest forces we have on Earth. Just like water, it can be a still reflection pool or a deadly tsunami that can change the geography of a place with undeniable force. Where are you now? Sitting in a warm bath or ready to throw a pot of hot water over a situation? Which response will serve you better? These next few days are more valuable than you may realize. So I mean, look, with everything that's going on, we are in a very still, dark, quiet place as far as the moon is concerned. Tomorrow at 12:23 is the new moon at 28 degrees of Pisces. So we do have the moon in Pisces right now. It went there yesterday at 10:15 a.m. So we're sitting in this emotive, what's sort of going on type of place. Now, I don't know if you remember, but the Sabian symbol of 9 degrees of Pisces, because you look at the one up, is the race begins. Intent on outdistancing his rival, a jockey spurs his horse to great speed. However, it's, well, like we're sitting in that moment. I was saying yesterday about the sun moves into Aries on Saturday. Mercury goes direct on Saturday. So this 8 degrees, here we are in the maybe the lead up or the mental preparation that a jockey would go through. Like he's got to get on the horse, get into the barriers, get his head into place. The horse has to be at that jump point, just like a somebody who is just about to do a sprint. There's a lot of mental work that needs to happen for the preparation and the psych for things to get moving. Now, so yeah, the final surge before the next beginning. All right. Now, in addition to this, I've had quite a few people give me feedback that they've actually gone and had a look at that Stefan Burns, the cosmogeobiologist. I can't remember, Stefan Burns. Now, we have also just had a coronal mass ejection, which is earthbound. All right, so that is to be expected probably late tomorrow or Friday. And then there was also some filaments that were released afterwards. So there's like plasma incoming. What does that mean for us? All right. So our magnetosphere is going to be highly charged. If you are in an area that, that's just my eyes. If you are in an area that has aurora, then go outside at night. You are likely to have a view of aurora at the moment, or maybe, like I said, maybe I suppose he did it this morning, so maybe tonight for us here in Tassie. Depends. But yeah, the our magnetosphere is highly charged. Therefore, we are going to be highly charged. All right. So here we are sitting at this 8-degree point, which is highly emotive. We're in a dark place. We're sitting in our subconscious narrative. We're watching our patterns of existence play out in front of us. We are getting highly charged about it. All right. So again, do you feel like you're drowning, or are you lucky enough to have none of these effects hit your chart at all? And you're just like, I'm just cruising. Whatever the case is, amazing. All right, let's pull back a bit and have a look at the actual moon transits today. All right, the moon was conjunct Mars at 8 a.m. So, yes, there were some highly emotive conversations here this morning. Not angry, emotive. All right, just expressing the emotion of the moment. All right, so again, Mars in Pisces, I do believe if you can pay attention to what you're feeling and how that is ejecting itself from you, just like that coronal mass ejection, the sun does what it does. All right. The sun won't stop doing what it's going to do ever. All right. That's when it blows up or turns into a red giant and Earth is engulfed by the sun's field. That's the end of humanity. And it will probably end before that anyway. Once the sun starts going into its next phase where it's going to turn into like a super giant. Can't think of the right word right now, but that's still another 4 billion years away. But my point is, as humans, unless we're like, Zen monks, we're going to eject our emotion, all right? Until we get to the point where we are paying enough attention to ourselves that we can, in the moment, stop, think, redirect, or, meditate on it, or I don't know, highly spiritualize yourself. You get what I'm saying. Until you can get to that point, we're gonna go, oh, hang on a minute. Drop, it's that pulse of life, in and out, in and out. All right, so again, the stationary factor right now is this next week is really, really important for who we are. All right, we are at this threshold moment globally and collectively, and you can only influence yourself and those around you. Again, I was talking to my beautiful teacher, Juanita. If you're watching, I love you so much, yesterday. And so, we had that conversation is, where do you want to put your energy? This is a finite thing we have. We have time, we have energy. And if we are not resting and recovering, then we're going to be depleted. If we are giving our energy to sources that are not worthy of that, then we're wasting our time and energy. So again, paying attention to the moment. Are you ready to lay down in a warm bath and just let the universe do its thing? Or are you ready to actually throw hot water on a situation? Fuck it and find out. So where are you now? Where are you sitting? Again, with the reflective pull, are you actually reflecting on situations, or are you tsunami? Wipe the slate clean, and such is life. All right. So, like I said, moon conjunct Mars at 8 a.m. Now, at 1 p.m., the moon is trine Jupiter. All right. That is lovely. In Pisces and the Jupiter in Cancer, again, I'm going to go back to paying attention to our subconscious narrative. That trine may allow some easy flow between what we believe and where the wisdom of our ancestry is. And you know, I'm saying wisdom of ancestry. I think it's also just listening to the conversations in our head and, you know, what record are we playing? You know, that so there's that easy flow to hear what's going on, to become wiser for the attention that we're giving it. Words. But I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. Again, Mercury is stationary, and not only that, it is not making any connections other than that north node. All right. And it's actually on the other side of that as well. So, or yeah, it's coming. It's coming. All right. So the moon, sorry, the sun is conjunct Saturn, Neptune, but again, out of sign. All right. So Neptune in Aries is ruling the sun, but Mars is in Pisces. Again, we are in this spiritually contemplative warrior, you know, the way of the peaceful warrior is probably a really good analogy for that one. But it is also sextile Uranus in Taurus. Venus is in Aries, Mars is in Pisces. See how it's all going back to that same flavor. Now, the sextile to Uranus is making things sparkly, but it's also maybe giving you prickles. Think of a sextile, it's all like angles and prickles, or it looks like a prickle to me in my mind right now. And that is our comfort, security, and values. All right, Taurus. What are the things that are important to us? And are we, you know, is that discomfort forcing you to pay attention so that so the cogs can start turning? You know, the awareness of the Sun, Jupiter, and the sparkliness or prickliness of the Uranus. Again, they're very specific. The universe is trying to show you something very specific, and it is a week-long thing. All right, so if you're still in that reflective phase up until Saturday when Mercury goes direct, amazing. All right, new moon tomorrow, you know, Mercury retrograde till Saturday, all that movement starting on Saturday. You know, just allow yourself to, you know, yesterday I was like, allow yourself to nothing. Okay. All right. So Venus square Jupiter, you know, Venus in Aries is like, I must forge ahead. I am doing the thing. It's butting up against that wisdom that I was talking about, that in Cancer. You know, maybe there is an overwhelming feeling, Jupiter, that we must, there is some tension that we must nurture or provide, or, you know, those family systems, that expectation that we got from our early conditioning. Okay, again, Venus is like, "That shit." So there's that. However, Mars, the way of the peaceful warrior, is trine Jupiter. So I don't know, when you sort of put all that together, I think this slow contemplative state is great for the connection and awareness, seeing how all of that is playing out, and just trying to stay in a stable state. Now, with the coronal mass ejections and the plasma flares, just get out there and put your hands and feet on the earth as much as you can. Any of that type of stuff is, you know, that's just that. Just think of the magnetic polarity. All right, you're actually decharging yourself, discharging any volatile energy within your body. All right, we are electrical systems. Okay, so Jupiter also, planets are applying to Jupiter, but Jupiter is not applying to anything. All right, Jupiter is being seen but not seeing anything else. That seemed to work in my brain anyway. And then, of course, we have that very active mini grand trine between Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus. Again, there are larger forces at work here, and so, you know, I mean, obviously, we don't really want to continue to watch the global stage because what a schmozzle. But, you know, again, maybe collectively in your own environment, you're seeing this disruption that is forcing change, making you uncomfortable, but ultimately putting you on the right path. So, That was a lot. So let me, oh my God, that was 15 minutes. I haven't even said hello to anyone here. So here we go. And now I will see who's here. All right. Oh, good morning, Kath. How are you? Good morning, Karen. Hi, Louise. Good morning, DG. It was so good talking to you yesterday. And good morning, Christy. Happy hump day. So good. I've got legs today, Christy. So yes, hump day. I'm doing some glute bridges to make my hump humpier. So, all right, let's have a look at the Dream Weavers. It was the only one that was on my was in my visual range today. Everything else went blurry. So I was like, okay, it looks like it's you today. All right, so yeah, actually, another thing while I'm just shuffling now, these new moon wish lists. All right, we're good for them. We are not in any eclipse portal or anything like that. So it's 8 hours either side. All right, so if you wanted to do them tomorrow morning, then you are more than welcome. Even now, get a piece of paper out and start to jot down the awarenesses that are coming to you. All right, and then from those awarenesses, then you can sort of go, oh, okay, this is what the universe is trying to make me see, and from that, then I can go in that direction. All right, so that is between 4 a.m. tomorrow and 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So that's a beautiful whole day window. Personally, I would wait until maybe 2 p.m. Let the new moon open a little bit, and then 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Maybe do your new moon wish lists tomorrow. All right, so what card is going to be perfect for this day? Oh, this one. Oh, painting joy across the sky. Oh, that is beautiful. So this is card number 23. All right. Missy, the turkey, has been... Can you hear her? It's like, come on, man. It's been 2 hours now. All right, card 23. She's stressed out. There's just stuff going on, guys. Stuff going on. All right, the essential meaning. Joy in all forms, loving life, being grateful, sharing joy and reverence for all life. Oh, this is perfect. Life can be a sticky place some days where safety and trust may not come easily. How do you trust a world that is changing so rapidly, where people seem more and more disconnected from each other, from nature and from spirit? You work hard and hope for the best, but you can be easily disheartened and disappointed. Yes, life is a struggle. It can be unfair, hard, corrupt, and hopeless. But it's simultaneously hopeful, brilliant, trustworthy, good, and beautiful. Nothing will ever be perfect, but neither will it ever be permanent. Can you bring your attention to the beauty of the cosmos, of nature, and all of her inhabitants? To see beauty within each person that you encounter. Can you remember that joy is a perception, a perspective, an action? Breathe in and tune into the energy of gratitude. Choose to be a kind and compassionate citizen of the world, regardless of the challenges surrounding you. Give freely of your heart, then you will know how to paint joy across the sky. Joy doesn't need the outer world to behave. In fact, the greatest expression of joy can arise from your deepest sorrows. Remember that joy is an energy, and a contagious one at that. When you cultivate it and spread it freely, the outer world will reflect it back to you in a form that is beautiful and meaningful. Choose joy today, and soon you'll note how much richer and fulfilled you are. In fact, more reasons to be joyful will spring up in your outer world the more you pay attention to joy. I love that. In this world that we are bombarded by these people that own everything. All right, I was listening to Inescapable yesterday, and they were talking about the guy that owns... there's a father that owns a percentage of, the world's media. I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, his son just bought like Disney, HBO, you know, like basically this one family own all of the media in the world. All right, and then we've got the like Netflix media, and then we've got the social media. So all these people, and the news media, all these people just want us in a fear state, because then we conform, because then we doubt ourselves and we fear our own future. We fear what potential we can put into our lives, because everything is so unsure. So here's where we retreat and we pay attention to who we give our energy and our thoughts to. So, which was how I started this conversation. So yes, just remember that at the moment it is very emotive. We've had that moon conjunct Mars, so hopefully everything calms down a bit. That 1 p.m. moon trine Jupiter, a nice time. It is probably one of the best times of the day. But you know, this 8 degrees of Pisces that we have from this morning through till Tuesday at 2 p.m., again, it's a, you know, it's a stationary period that we have a new moon in, that we are all in here. All right, we're in our inner landscape right now. So it is the final surge before the next beginning, and it is, like I said, linked to Scorpio and Pluto, which I know I can directly see in my own environment. So, you know, in your potential, you can go deep. There's Scorpio. You can open those closed cupboards in your soul. All right, that's let those skeletons out so that you can actually see that they are not fleshy beings of fear. They are just bones rattling loudly in those hidden cupboards. And then Pluto, you know, Pluto is asking you to transform. It is, you know, whether it's Pluto in Aquarius that's saying let's transform the collective, let's transform our futures, let's let fear die so that there is new potential. I don't know, now I'm just saying words. So yeah, I am around today. If anybody, hello Heather, how are you, beautiful? Yeah, I'm around today, so if anybody does need a chat or a reading or anything like that, I'm back doing readings, even just a half hour $99 job. That seems to be what everybody's going for right now, and fair enough. You know, the world's fucking expensive enough as it is, and you know, my readings are always going to be more than half an hour, but there's that $99. So, um, breathe, all right? When you find yourself feeling, pay attention to what you're feeling and how can you redirect yourself. Just think of that flow of water, all right? So, mwah, love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Am I working? I am working tomorrow, so I will see you at work tomorrow. So take it easy and have a fabulous day.